Hey everybody, Seth with Jenson USA, and today I'm bringing you our top 5 favorite multi-tools. Carrying a good set of tools with you on a ride can bail you out of a sketchy situation and help you to finish your ride out. So we've put together this list of 5 of our favorite tools that we think are really unique for both their functionality, the types of tools they have, as well as the way they can be stored. So let's take a look at the first one. The first one's from MATCHSTIX, and it's a really simple product that actually slides underneath a bottle cage like this, goes into the bottle cage mounts, and allows you to have this simple access to 4 different bits. Now that's not a whole lot, but what they've done with this is they've created it so that you pick the bits that are most important to you and you take those along. So these are going to be different for the different types of bikes you ride, whether it be a road bike or a mountain bike. So what makes these things really cool is first they have that slick little mount, and then they just pop out as these sticks, and all you do is slide them together and it makes a T-handle tool. You can then wrench on whatever you're working on, pull it back apart, slide it back in, and you're good to go. They're made out of aluminum, so they're pretty darn light. The bits are steel material, so they're pretty darn strong, and they seem to work really well in a pinch. I personally rock these on several of my bikes, including my gravel bike, because it's such a slick and streamlined little tool. This next tool is one that we're particularly proud of here at Jenson USA. We partnered with Crank Brothers and used their F15 tool to bring what we branded as our Keep Pedaling tool. We love our Keep Pedaling logo because it inspires you to keep those cranks turning over. Now this starts off with a machined aluminum case with a magnet inside that holds the tools in place, but with a nice little tug you can pull the tools out and access all that's inside. So you can see this is a classic folding multi-tool, and it's got a range of number 2 all the way up to a number 8 hex key, as well as it's got a T25, a flat head, and a Phillips head. Now beyond that, you pull on the other side here, give it a good tug, and inside you can see that we have a chain breaker as well as a series of spoke wrenches. Now that chain breaker works really well because you can actually drop it in here and then use the wrenches off of this to give a good handle to break that chain and give a nice amount of torque so you can really set that pin properly. Now the final piece inside of this is something really cool and just simple, so you can enjoy some trailside beers. You've got a bottle opener on the back here. So that's our Keep Pedaling tool that we partnered with Crank Brothers to bring you. Next up in this tool lineup is this water bottle cage from Giant. Now, water bottle cages aren't necessarily tools, so why did we bring this? Well, it's because they sneakily put this tool inside the water bottle cage, so you don't even see it while you're riding along. Your bottle will cover it right up and no one would even know it was there. But pop your bottle out and simply push from the bottom, it'll disengage, and then you can remove the tool inside. Now the tool is composed of several different pieces here. First we have a tire lever, and that's going to help you to get your hard to pull off tires, as well as to get new tires back on if it's hard to get them up over that rim. Now we have 3 different bits, but they come with 6 total different heads on them, and then those slide into this ratchet up here, so you can drop those in and go ahead and just ratchet on your bike to torque things down or to loosen items. You can also flip the lever so it ratchets in the other direction. So this is a pretty slick little tool. It doesn't have a ton of different tool options on it, but it hides away nicely and works with your existing water bottle bolts. Next up is one of my favorite tools because it's super unique and made in America. So let's check out the MATCHSTIX from Industry 9. Industry 9's located in Asheville, North Carolina, and it's a bunch of really cool people that are designing really innovative products. So what this is it's actually a replacement through axle for your bike. And it's a really cool, well-machined through axle. But it's not just a through axle, obviously, since we're talking about multi-tools. So how does this work? Well, basically, you pull the end off here. It's nice and tight, so it's not going to fall off. But this gives you a little handle that has a number 5 wrench on it. It has a couple other features, but we'll look at those in just a second. Next, you go to the other side of your axle and you're gonna pull out this slide here. And inside of this has a sleeve that has several different bit sizes in it. There's also little slits inside of it that allow you to access those bits from anywhere along the sleeve. That's really important because you don't want to be pushing them through. What's next on here is another little handle here, and it's got several key little features. So let's take a look at that. First up, there is a quick link holder on this that can hold your standard 8, 9, 10, and 11 quick links, as well as it's got a Presta valve core removal piece up here. So you can actually put that down, remove the stuff, add a little bit of sealant to your tubes or to your tires, and then put it back in. It also has another wrench here, and this is important because if we pull the number 3 out of here and we slide it into that handle, we now can operate the chain tool. So it basically allows you to break your chains and put them back together, all using one little tool here. So super slick. Now they have dust covers for everything. So you can see a nice little slick one here at the other side. There's one for the chain tool, and that just keeps your tool running nicely throughout this whole thing. So all of this kind of just pieces back together, and then you slide it back inside your through axle, and you're good to go. Now what's really cool about all of this is that with the tools, this is a pretty light setup, but if you're doing a race day run and you want to lighten up your bike, you can run just the through axle, and it's actually lighter than the through axle that will come stock on your fork. So we highly recommend this. Next up is my personal favorite toolkit and pump that I run on most of my bikes. This is from ONEUP Components, and it's called the EDC tool system. EDC stands for Everyday Carry. Starting at the beginning is this pump. This is the 100cc version. There is a 70cc version. Both push out a lot of volume. This one pushes out just a little bit more, and it has another feature that I'm pretty happy about. I have to say this is one of the best feeling pumps that I've ever had, but really what makes this system so cool is this cap here. Now, in this system, this cap removes and you have the ability to carry a tire sealant kit where you can do a puncture seal. That's pretty cool, but it gets cooler. They also have this piece, which is sold separately, called the EDC tool. And it comes with this capsule for the 100cc side, as well as a multi-tool and several other things. And this all slides right down in the pump. You can still use the pump while it's inside, and you can pull it out and use the pump even when it's not in there. So it leaves a very functional pump. So let's take a look at what the tools are. So it's kind of a unique thing. You actually almost feel like you're breaking it open by bending it a little bit, and that releases the set of tools here. Inside the tools, you have a folding multi-tool with a good series run of hex keys in there, as well as a T25 and a unique setup that allows you to go up to an 8mm hex. It also has a tool that allows you to take apart quick links really easily inside of there. Next, it has a tire lever that has an attached chain breaker in it, so you can take care of any sort of broken chains in there, get yourself going again. The final piece on this is this setup here, and there's actually two features. One, this is a storage capsule here that you can put things like, I put Sport Legs pills in there for longer rides, or you can put patch kits and such in there, as well as you can put in a tire sealant plug kit again. There's also these two little holes here that hold quick links, so you can make sure that you're ready to go in case something happens to your chain. This all slides back together pretty quickly. You just line your tools back up on this and slide it into place. And again, you put a little bit of pressure here and just snap that down. That'll slide into the bottom of your pump. And then this sits on the side of your water bottle cage where your mounts are and snaps into place. It's really nice because if you mount it forward or vertical, you can get to your tools really easy and access your tools so that you can repair your bike quickly. The last really cool feature here is actually not one to do with the pump at all. It's to do all with this. If you don't want to carry a frame pump with you, if you've already got your inflation worked out with CO2 stored inside or something, you can actually take this piece, and they have a setup that allows you to remount your steer tube and to slide this down in, and it'll lock in place in your steer tube. So for me, I personally wanted to carry a pump with me everywhere I went, and so this setup works great, but if you're looking for just tool storage, you can do it inside your steer tube. So all these products are available at jensonusa.com. We have free shipping on orders over $50. If you think any of these are super cool or you're looking for other suggestions, reach out to our expert gear advisors and they'll get you dialed on the perfect multi-tool for the ride that you're doing. Thanks for watching today, and remember, keep pedaling.